This video is totally different to all my normal ones about web design and photography. This is actually about football, and it's on the Sky Sports website, and it's called FIFA World Cup 2014, and it's England squad selector. So anybody can actually, this is the idea that they can pick whichever footballers out of the variety of players here with select the squad, and it's out of so many players. I think it's 23 you've got to pick. So anyway, I'm going to start with goalkeepers and who I would put in goal. Well, the obvious one out there would be Joe Hart, so he's going to go in there first for me. The next one would be for me, I think it would be Forster, and the next one would be Butland. Joe Hart obviously is the England #1 and a strong goalkeeper, even though he's had a few iffy moments this season. Forster for Celtic, he's okay, and Butland I don't really know much about apart from reputation, but the rest of them, Green, I think he's past it really, and Ben Foster the same. So we'll go on to defenders. Now, the terrible thing for England here is our probably one of the best central defenders, or if not the only world-class central defender we have. John Terry, he's not even wanting to go, so I wish they could persuade him otherwise. But anyway, we start from the left back position, I think, and I personally would go with Ashley Cole as my #1, but you've got to take a cover, and Leighton Baines would be there as well. So they're up to there, and the centre back positions, it's 6 of one and half a dozen really. So I would say that maybe it's Gary Cahill. Who else? I like Phil Jones really there. I like him, but he never seems to have a position. Phil Jagielka, they're all much of a muchness, that lot. So I'll have to pick somebody. And I'd probably go with I'll go with Phil Jones as another centre back we need for the squad. I think Julian Lescott's another one for me. That's not really that great, but he seems to get a game quite often. Maybe go with Michael Dawson. It's a very weak team at the back, or certainly central defensively it is. Anyway, on the right, for me, Glenn Johnson's a great player going forward. I think he's fantastic that way. So he would be my #1, and who would be #2 though? So that'd be right, and maybe it's Walker. We again quite weak in that position. So I think the strength lies in England's position is Leighton Baines and Ashley Cole. They'll be fighting it out for the left back position. I personally would go with Ashley Cole. I think he's got more skill, but either one of them, that's a position where we're quite strong, and across the rest of the back line we're very weak. However, we'll go on to midfielders now, and this is where I think we do have strength, and especially of late. I just put them down, and we go and we'll try and pick a midfield. Well, my obvious one would be Steve Gerrard as my #1, but we'll start maybe on the left wing. We haven't really got a great left winger, but I'll go with Townsend. He's done well on the wings for England. He's actually better at England than he is with Spurs, I would say, at the moment. And another player who really impresses me every time he plays is Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he's a class player, him. So we'll stick him in there. James Milner is, I don't know if he would get a starting position for me, but you always have to take him. He's reliable and he's class really. And so we've got them there. Ashley Young, he's been absolutely hopeless for a few years. Frank Lampard is totally overrated in my view. And of course we have to go with the great Steve Gerrard, another probably one of our few world-class players. And Michael Carrick, who's the passer of the team. And the other person who I really like is Ross Barkley, and I think he's another one of these players where every time I see him I think, yeah, you got talent. Henderson, nah, not for me. Alana, I think I would probably take him as well. So we've got 6 players to choose from, and out of that lot I might go for I'll do my strikers and then I'll have to go back over. My strikers are Banlahor, no way. Andy Carroll, no way. Peter Crouch is for me an absolute definite. I think he's the most underrated England striker that's been for a while. Why he doesn't get a game more, I haven't got a clue. He's always done it for England and he holds the ball up. He's very good on the floor in my view. Other players, Danny Welbeck and Daniel Sturridge, are actually the same person. Nobody's ever seen them apart. So both them two are going to get in the team. And Wayne Rooney, although he goes missing far too much for my liking, you still got to play him. And Lambert, well, we'll put him in there as well. So we're going to have to. So up front we've got some. Wayne Rooney could drop into that number 10 position and play behind the 2 strikers, and we should have enough there. Striking, midfield, we don't have a problem, but this is the real problem is defence, for me anyway. And I don't know who else really to put in there. Who should we go for? Go for Jagielka. He's and that's my team. So we've got in the goalkeepers, Joe Hart will be number 1. Foster and Butland would be the reserve goalkeepers, and Foster would be my second in command. The defenders, we've got Leighton Baines and Ashley Cole fighting it out for that left back spot. I wouldn't care who got it really. Gary Cahill would be probably my marquee defender. Michael Dawson, Phil Jagielka, and Phil Jones, all fighting it out. Phil Jones can play midfield, also on the right back spot. Glenn Johnson would be number 1 as right back, and Walker would be my second choice there. In midfield, my starting midfield there would be, for me, Steve Gerrard. I think he's an absolute wonderful player still. Michael Carrick. I mean, how on there it's actually got Tom Cleverley. I don't think I've ever seen him have a good game yet. But anyway, he would never go for me. So Michael Carrick, Steve Gerrard, Townsend, and probably Oxlade-Chamberlain will be my 4 in midfield, if that's the way they're going to play it. Oxlade-Chamberlain can play behind that front too as well, and he can actually play anywhere really. Ross Barkley's one of these type of players who could really make a name for himself in something like a World Cup, because he's got quality, bags of talent, big strong lad. And up front, my starting 2 would be, if you're going to play 2, I would maybe play, it's hard to say really. Definitely Daniel Sturridge would be my number 1, and maybe Rooney and the rest of them, and would have to wait and see. But I think that's a pretty decent squad, apart from the defence, and I don't think any of those defenders, central and right back positions, would really be, it's not world class, and that's probably where England's going to fail. I think England will always score. and I think that is the main thing. You've got a great goalkeeper in Joe Hart, the best of times. Like all goalkeepers, he drops a few clangers, but in the main, that's the way I would go. So thanks for watching this little video, and it's just a little bit of fun.